A girl gets off a bus, but one of her shoes gets stuck inside. She calls the bus, but it leaves. She has documents in one hand, one shoe on her foot, and nothing on the other. She reaches a company and apologizes for being late. The manager asks why, and she says she was finishing her project. A young man nearby says she is telling the truth. She gives her project to the manager, but the manager says, "I have already chosen a worker." The girl says she worked hard in advance, but the manager replies, "If you wanted this position, you should have arrived on time." She asks about her missing shoe, and the girl explains it was left on the bus. The manager says, "You are coming to a company, so wear proper shoes." The girl gives her project to the young man and leaves. The manager tells him to finish his project. Meanwhile, the girl puts on her other shoe. A client approaches and accidentally steps on her foot. She quickly says, "Sorry," and he says it is okay. The client says he came to see the project. The girl asks if he is a doctor, and he says yes. She introduces herself as an architect and takes him to the office. The manager welcomes him. He asks to see the project, but the manager says they need more time. The client leaves. The manager tells the young man to focus and finish quickly. The architect asks the manager to check her project, but the manager says she will do it later. Then the young man wishes the manager a happy birthday and gives her a gift. She likes it. Later, everyone gathers for a meeting. The manager announces that she has chosen the young man for the project. The architect is shocked. She says, "This is unfair. You never checked my project, and his was not even finished." The manager says, "The decision is mine. If you do not like it, leave." The girl refuses to accept the unfair decision, so the manager tells her to take her things and go. The manager tells the young man that the position is his and asks him to prepare the client's project. Outside, the architect meets the same client again. He asks about the project, but she says she no longer works there. The young man then takes the client inside and shows him the project. The client asks, "Where is the studio I requested?" The young man asks for more time, but the client says, "The time is over. I need serious architects, and you did not meet my expectations." He leaves. Outside, the client sees the architect and asks what happened. She says everything is fine. He tells her he needs a serious architect. She says, "I can prepare your project." He asks to see her project first. She agrees and returns to the manager. The manager refuses at first, saying the project was made with company resources. The architect replies, "The ideas and effort were mine." She asks, "If my project is not good, why do you want to keep it?" The manager gives the folder back. The architect takes it to the client. He checks it and asks questions. She explains everything clearly. The client realizes that her project contains everything he expected. He says, "This is exactly what I was looking for. I am hiring you." She thanks him and says she thought she had lost everything, but now she has a new job. The client says, "They lost a professional architect." Meanwhile, the young man tells the manager that the client rejected their project. The manager is shocked. The young man says maybe the architect spoke to the client because she takes her work seriously. Months later, the manager receives company reports. The company has been losing money. The rent has not been paid for 3 months, and many clients rejected their projects. She learns that the young man was responsible for the rent but never paid it. She realizes that choosing him was a mistake. Meanwhile, the architect is successfully working on new projects. The same client visits her and invites her for coffee. She says she is busy and suggests next week. The next day, the manager questions the young man about the company's problems, but he denies everything. Then the architect arrives and says, "The building owner asked me to prepare this project." She tells them, "Remember, arrogance is the formula for failure. Prepare to leave. I have waited long enough." The workers begin packing their things, and the architect becomes the new manager because she takes her work seriously. The client later invites her for coffee again, and this time she agrees. Was the client right or wrong to choose this architect? Share your opinion in the comments and share this video so more people can give their opinion.